I don't know about you, but reaching 10,000 steps always sounds easier than it really is. I often wonder, why 10,000? What is it about that number? Are there actually specific health benefits to it, or has someone simply pulled it out of, well, you know where? But none of that really matters. While on your 10,000 step crusade, have you ever really wondered where those steps are taking you? If isolation has taught us anything, it is the value of walking and running. I mean, everyone is out doing it. But while out on your expeditions, do you ever think about the people whose footsteps you may be tracing?
I hadn't. The thought never really occurred to me until I stumbled across this.
This bridge was the site of a battle between Royalist and Parliamentarian forces during the English Civil War. The Royalists, they had to cross if they wanted to retake London. Now the Parliamentarians, they didn't want them to do that, so they put up some really fierce resistance, but were eventually beaten back. The Royalists, they got so close to recapturing London, but they were finally stopped at the Battle of Turnham Green. And then I stumbled across this, the site where Field Marshal Montgomery lived. He was one of the most decorated military leaders of the Second World War.
And Monty, as they called him, was arguably Britain's greatest soldier since the Duke of Wellington, who defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo. Now, the house no longer exists and it's just flats instead, but I can imagine it being just as grand as perhaps the one next door. And if that wasn't enough, this.
Sion House, just behind me, is where they laid out King Henry VIII's body after he died. Supposedly, his blood seeped through the coffin and onto the floor. Now luckily for the cleaners, his spaniels were on hand to lick up the mess. But God, that's just an image that sticks. The body of an old fat man just bursting at the seams. All these historical moments are connected through time by 10,000 steps.
Now, as you can probably tell, I'm ever so slightly enthusiastic about history. Now, I'm an actor and I love telling stories about those who have lived before. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I have a little collection of my own. Now, they are mostly replicas, but there are a few prized antiques as well.
Bringing stories to life is my goal, and on this channel I want to bring you stories from history in a short, fast, and romantic way. I mean, let's be honest, we all love a bit of drama. So, I'll keep the facts and figures to a bare minimum and focus on the stuff we really want to know.
With historian Mike Ingram on the team, we look forward to bringing you history in a more relatable and exciting way. In our first series, I will be tracing the footsteps of every single battle of the Wars of the Roses, the basis for the much loved, until the last season, Game of Thrones.
Come and embark on this journey with me. History is ours, it belongs to all of us, and on this channel we welcome you whether you find history boring or not. Thomas is the name, history is the game, and 10,000 steps is our aim. Welcome to Swipin Thru History.